Well, just spent an hour cutting, breaking that swim out and the footage didn't come out. That's not why I done it, of course, but all this below is going to be an external mic day here. So yeah, we're got a swim cut out. That's as much as I could do. I had to get in there, stripped out in the underpants just to get that much done. It's really deep. So we're in, got a swim. Let's get these rods out and I'll run through everything with you. But yeah, at the moment, out of breath. It's a 2-rod swim. I ain't going to get fishing safely. I'll have one to the left, one to the right. I can move them around, middle, left, middle, right. That way I've got a clear channel to get them into the swim. Oh, it is blowy. Let me get this, let me get set up and I'll have a chat with you troops. Well, afternoon troops. Another day, another river. This is what I would describe as, for Pike, as an iconic venue. I haven't fished it since I was a kid, so you know, I'm coming in here blind. I've managed to clear myself a swim out. 2 rods only, that's all I could. I could clear a channel big enough to get pike in safely, only with 2 rods, so that's that. I was using my other camera to record. It's a shame it didn't come out. It's an old phone I use for some of the footage, and yeah, it didn't come out. The file corrupted or whatever. I was actually down to my underpants. I know you don't want to say that. Down to my underpants, wading out to clear out some of the reeds, just like 2 rod lengths out, a rod length out, you know, very, very tight. So I've got myself a swim. I've got 2 rods out, left and right. You know, I've got, so that way I can either fish the margins left and right hand side, or I can go further out and fish, you know, I mean, open water. So it's, you know, I've had to adjust my rig slightly. I haven't got my normal 1/2 ounce weights on. They ain't having it, so I've had to use some bigger weights. So they're 50 grams. Don't know what that is, imperial. I prefer imperial. I'll look it up. Yeah, 50 grams, and I'll leave. I'll put a conversion on the screen. Yeah, 50 grams drill bullet. Just to hold bottom, because you know, with my light ones, I was just flicking it out, and with the wind and the current, it was, you know, it was banging it right round. So got 2 rods out. Stop knot set at 13 foot, and I'm fishing around 11.5, 12 foot where I am. So got a little bit of play in the stop knot, not a lot, 1/2 foot. Yeah, that's all I need. So I've got left hand, right hand. Left hand rod sardine, right hand rod jug mackerel. That'll do for now. Can I get my bearings, have a look? I'm here for 24 hours. I'm going to do it overnight into tomorrow. So I'm going to be fishing for pike this afternoon. Put my zander baits on during darkness, and then obviously in the morning when it's light again, back to pike. So I would have liked to have had 3 rods, you know, that way I could have had a dedicated zander rod out all the time. But yeah, I say it's just too tight there. So I've got plenty of room to bring anything I need in the dark, as well as, you know, during the day. You know, if it was during the day, I could always fish with 3 rods. There wouldn't be a problem. I could, middle rod, I could put a leisure stem on and pump it right out. But I'm quite happy with 2. You know what I mean? It's blowing a fair gale along here. Probably nice and calm everywhere else, but yeah, fair old wind. Got to work out which way the wind direction's going, because it's going to rain tonight. You know, I need to be able to set up the unhooking station and be filming for night time. So, but all's good. Rods are out. I'll show you the swim now. So without further ado, let's get down here and have a look at where I'll put these baits. So that's my swim. So look, got that channel all cut out. Took me ages. that little bit of reed, that pointy reed bed there, that was a bugger. I could not shift it in the end. It broke me bloody weed cutter, so I've got to get another one of them again. Go through them every season, don't I? So where are we? Let's have a look. There's my left dam rod, just off that weed bed. So that's 11.5 foot of water, maybe even 12 foot of water there. Whole sardine, nice and clear down there. Having never fished it, I don't know if this is a marginal shell fishery, mid-channel, you know what I mean, so at the moment I'm going to fish closer in and see what's around. So that's me left hand rod, whole sardine, single curved hook, size 4 micro barb, let's say 50 gram drilled bullet, and the right hand rod is a little bit further out, just off this reed bed. Just put it a bit further out in a bit more open water. Next cast I'll cast it right down the right hand track, just off the reed bed. You know what I mean? You always got pike patrolling the reed beds. Yeah, so that's in again, that's 12 foot of water. That has got a whole joey mackerel on. That's got size 4 curved hook on. And again the 50 gram drilled bullet. So we're in with a chance. Got the bait in the water, we're in with a chance. As I say, this is an iconic venue for me. The Relief Channel. Used to come up here as a kid from London, fishing for bream and roach. We used to fish, come up on the Friday, sleep on the bank, fish all weekend, and then go back, get the train back home on the Sunday afternoon. But at the moment, it's clouding over nicely. Better get myself sorted in case we have some showers. I ain't checked the weather yet, but I say it's due to rain tonight, so I'll be sitting here with soaking gear. So let's get sorted. Quick lesson learned: can't fish the margins here. just got everything set up so I'm comfy when it gets dark, and thought I have a recast and a margin rod, sardine, chopped to pieces, all its stomach missing, everything. So the joey mackerel I've got on my right hand rod, which I'm fishing a bit further out, hasn't been touched, so fishing the margins is out. So what I've done is my left hand rod, I've changed that completely. I've brought it in, broke it all down, and now I'm leisuring. So I've got a leisure dead bait on that with a leisure boon high vis red foam ball at the top. I like everything to stand out. There's a bit of a current out there, so I've got a 3 ounce lead, and we're going to fish a lot further out, you know what I mean? So there's no point having baits in close if the crabs are going to rip them to shreds. And then, you know, nothing even registered indication wise, you know, so, you know, it's pointless it being there. So that's gone out, so I can, you know, I can go a bit further. My right hand rod, I'm going to leave the float on for now. You know, I say I've got a big joey mackerel on, a little bit further out, and it hasn't been messed around with, so I'm, you know, I'm quite happy with that. I'll use that right hand rod just float fishing for pike with big dead baits on, and then later on, if I want to pump out some small roach for zander, I can use the left hand rod and leisure my dead baits out there. That's the plan of attack. Let's hope it's a bit more productive, you know, because obviously, yeah, you can't leave it there. I mean, don't get me wrong, a pike will take half and half eaten sardine, but you know, when it's dark, you know, and I was thinking about leaving the bait, you know, down there for the zander, a small bait, you know, it would just be gone. So we pumped out a bit further. The cloud's starting to move in now, so I'll get my unhooking station ready for the night time. I don't even know what time it gets dark now, because the clocks went back, didn't they? So whole learning curve on this venue for me. You know, when I fished here, donkeys years ago, there was no such thing as mitten crabs. You know what I mean? So you could place your bait anywhere you wanted. So weed free, it's relatively weed free out there, which I'm quite pleased about. So yeah, I've pumped one bait out, got the other bait back where it was, just off the reed bed. If later on, if I'm unhappy, I'll set that up as a leisure as well. But at the moment, quite happy with one float, one leisure. So let's see if we can catch something now. Bloody pesky crabs. Whew. Well, it's just after midnight. Back at home at Casa Whitaker. Yeah, total waste of time, really was. Just feeding the crabs. I think I'll have to bite the bullet and say, just don't bother with King's Lynn waters until January. That's every predator session I've had this autumn, every venue. And the crabs must be really in tune to the rigs going in the water, because I was pumping out on the leisure, and as soon as that 30 seconds a minute, 5 minutes at the most, and then you got beep 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 beep, they were on it. Didn't matter what direction, didn't matter what distance, they were on it. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm just going to knock it on the head on these waters until at least January. Get some real hard frost and maybe a bit of snow. So time to unload the car, try and creep around and wake nobody up. Well, troops, that was a write-off of a session. But sometimes nothing ventured, nothing gained, but at the same time, you got to know when to bite the bullet and just say, it ain't going to happen. Wrap up, go home. So I wrapped up in the dark, 10:30. I'm home at midnight, so we go again. Thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Not much to see today, but that's the way fishing goes sometimes. See you soon, guys.